Do you have a job rivalry? Like, if you work at Albertsons, are you like, oh, Smiths? Or if you work at a certain law office, are you like, oh, that law office is the worst? Like, what is your job rivalry? I think like radio, it's such a small business that you never really want to burn any bridges. And so I think that we have pretty good relationships with a lot of people in the business. I can't really think of anyone that it's like, oh, I can't stand that person. I think I'm on good terms with pretty much everyone in town.
Yeah, there's no like true like enemies, or there's no like there's some bad blood or anything. I think maybe, at least for me, back when I first got into radio, I had kind of an attitude against other radio stations and other radio personalities. It was all about like us and we're the best, and I don't care about anyone else. But that changed over the years, and it's pretty copacetic right now.
And it's a waste of my time and my energy. And I have noticed that a lot of people try to pit people against each other, and I'm just like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not falling for the bait. Well, I mentioned earlier in the show that I had a run in with a radio person over the break, and I didn't even really think to bring this up because it wasn't that big of a deal to me, but it's someone that I pretty sure I'm on good terms with. But something happened that made me think like, wait a second, is this person like trying to be a jerk or what? And my daughter was really annoyed by it, what happened. So tell me if you think that this person was being a jerk. We went out to dinner at a restaurant that we go to every few months. It's not like an every month kind of thing, but we are friendly with the manager. We kind of have a booth that we like to sit in. And so she always puts us in this booth. There's a certain server that we always like. So like that's in our profile notes. Like they just know, hey, if Matt and Mercedes are coming in, they like to sit here. They like this person as our server. And so that's that. So we go in and the place is packed. I mean, it's the holidays, and so I did not even expect to sit in our booth. I did not. I just was happy that we got in. So we go in and they seat us, and it's not in our place, which was fine. I loved where we were sitting anyway. And we're just talking, and the manager comes up to say hi. We're like, "Hi, how are you? Happy New Year." And she's like, I'm sorry you didn't get your booth. And I'm like, "Oh, it's fine. This is fine." She goes, so and so is in your booth, and this is the other radio person. And from what I've learned, this other radio person frequents the same restaurant and likes the same booth. So I guess they always stress out when we're there at the same time, which again, I don't care. I don't care at all. So she's like, so and so is in your booth. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And she goes, he wanted me to come over and tell you that he got your booth.
Oh,
And I was like, and I just looked at her, I go, why? She's like, I don't know. Like I could just tell she was uncomfortable.
uh-huh.
So was that a jerk move, or was he just like joking around? Like,
Can I guess who it is and tell me if this is the person? Because I think if it's the person, they're joking around. They pull up the. I'm sorry, no, I'm not going to say the person's name on the air, but
yes.
yeah, I knew it.
Yes. So I was just like, why? And I was just, she's like, I don't know. She's like, but is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. So she leaves, and then I'm talking to my family about it, and my daughter was just like, why is he trying to flex on you? And I was like, I don't know. I go, I don't care. And she's like, oh, that's like SDE. Not BDE, but SDE.
It's the opposite of BD, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, whatever. So we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden I look up and
Well, your daughters use BDE and SDE with you, like, oh my gosh, mom, look at that guy. He has
they're
BDE.
getting older. They're getting older. It's just
Look
like,
at
I
mom.
can't move it.
Look at Pete Davidson. Doesn't he have some energy?
No, I don't think she uses it in that way. But anyway.
And then referring to that man, stop. Like, oh, I don't even think of that.
No, I don't even want to look at
gray hairs.
So then I'm sitting there and I'm talking, and I see out of the corner of my eye walking straight towards our table, and I'm like, oh gosh, is this going to be confrontational? I'm not. It's a new year. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. So he's there and he's with his beautiful wife, and he's like, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "Hi, it's great to see you." And he's like, "Sorry, I got the booth." I was like, "It's fine."
But you know that person. You both know that you like that booth, right?
Yes.
It's not like it's new. It's not news to you. You know that he likes the booth, and he knows that you like the booth.
Yeah, but I never am like, make sure I get the booth. I just don't care that much, you know? And so
I envision him walking across the restaurant. He's got his 6 shooters ready to go.
also,
in his
I
mouth.
didn't get there at 5 p.m., you know? We came at like 6:30 or 7. So
I got your booth.
He was there before. But it's the battle of the booth. So do you think that he was trying to be like territorial? Or was it just like a funny joke? I didn't take it personally, but my daughter was like, I didn't like that. It's trying to show that he's in charge and he's got the pull. And I was like, but I don't play those reindeer games. Like, I literally don't care. And she's like, well, you should care. She goes, who does better in the ratings?
I was going to say, when he walks over and he says, this is my mindset, he goes, I got your booth. You pause, look to your right, look to your left, and go, we got your listeners.
I would never do that. That's so rude.
We got the ratings on our phone.
Never do that.
We got them right here.
But he was super nice. We had a great conversation. His wife was super nice. We talked about his vacations and stuff, and yeah, it was just weird because I don't know why he sent the manager over to tell me that.
He's a good dude. The guy's a good
He's
dude.
He's a great dude.
And I think maybe it was all in fun.
I think
that he was
so
doing it,
too.
just having a good time with it too. But
and my daughter doesn't
dude.
know him. And so
Sure.
I do.
Because she's not 55. Average listener.
I'm not 55 either.
I meant the listeners.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, even if they are, good, but still, like I was saying, yeah. Anyway, so it was just a weird situation.
Funny. That's so
Would
funny.
you ever send a manager to be like, go tell so and so I got their booth?
Well, I told you, I told the story before. So the buddy of mine, we're at a bar and we're sitting at the bar and having some cocktails and stuff. And they've got the tabletop games. And then the manager comes up. He's like, "Hey, would you guys mind moving?" I'm like, and the bar is empty. I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, 2 of our regulars, they're in your spot and they want it." So I moved.
They want it.
They want their spot. So we're like, okay. So we moved to the other side of the bar, and it was 2 TV personalities, local personalities that walked in and sat and took their seats. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I yelled at them across the bar.
Oh,
you guys
man.
needed your seats. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. If I knew it was you, I'll let you have them. I'm like, get out of here, you bum.
But if it wasn't you and if it was just someone else, I kick you out.
I'm like, yeah,
it's
seriously.
like a sense of entitlement. And you told me that, and I know who they are.
I couldn't believe it.
That's just, ever since you told me that, I look at them in just such a different way.
Oh my God.
You are. Ugh.
And it was like it was like 2 in the afternoon. And I'm like, yeah, my buddies were having some cocktails. I'm like, what are you guys doing here 2 in the afternoon? Don't you have a job this afternoon to be on TV? Interesting. Okay.
It's the behind the scenes.
I know.
I wish we could divulge, but we can't.
Yeah, we can't say any names. So coming up here in the dirt, Adele, she just wrapped up the first leg of her residency, and she revealed the major issue that hindered her performance. Details in 10 minutes.
There's so much to choose from. It's made for binge listening. Mix 94.1 is on the Odyssey app, along with more than 300.
That was awesome.
Do you have the audio from that Adele thing?
I didn't see it. Did you see it?
Well, no, because we were at that show when she said that,
show?
and I actually have the audio. We got that part on video if you guys want it.
Oh, yeah. Did you send it to Steph? The New Year's Eve show, right?
Wait, let me just make sure that this is what you're talking about. Hold on.
Oh, I'll just say the having to waddle around.
The sciatica?
Yeah. You sent it to Steph? You put it in, Steph?
Let me just make sure
absolutely.
I got it. I thought I had it, but now maybe I don't. Hold on.
Was that New Year's Eve you guys went? Or the 30th?
It was the Friday.
The 30th.
The 30th, yeah.
I'll be back.
Oh shoot, I thought I had it. You know, Sophie put it on her story. That's what it was. Oh, wait, it might be in my archives. She tagged me.
You take me to court or something like that. I've got to go to the other side of the stage now. I've got sciatica. Does anyone else have sciatica?
Oh, it cuts off. Dang it. She's asleep. That's okay.
Did you see the text line?
No. People guessing who it was. I should probably clarify it was not that person.
Yeah, probably.
Don't want that person to.
It's them texting. Just kidding.
Oh, Jeffrey. No, that's not who it is. That's the same person this other person guessed. It's not that person.
Did you see the
Just so
text?
you know. Everyone's guessing that person, and I feel really bad because I don't want that person to
They don't
think
work in the building.
Yeah, they don't work here. They work at a different company. Jan, definitely not that person.
Did you say no audio then, Mercedes?
Yeah, it cuts off. I Sophie has the whole thing, but there's no way she's awake right now. But we were there when it happened.
Speaking of other radio people, when I was in the Bay and driving, I figured I'd tune into some of our sister stations. I was telling JC yesterday, there's this one show, I won't say the name, but they're like hooped, super hyped, thousands of downloads on their podcast. And I was listening, I'm like, They're okay.
Is it in our company?
Yeah, I
I
think
know. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, this is them? And I know it was their best of, like, it's their pre-recorded stuff. I'm like, this is their best?
This is the best you guys have to offer.
I listened to like 2 bits. I was like, oh God, okay, I'm tuning out. I'm tuning out.
Yeah, they get a lot of hype. I've heard
They've
it before.
been around for a while, right?
Yeah.
Like the 90s. I'm happy there's not radio wars. You'd hear about some stories like Stern and his stuff he used to do back in the 80s and 90s, and it was crazy back then.
Like, I feel like sometimes people try to start them and they won't. I was talking to another female in radio, and we were just like people try to pit us against each other, and she's like, I freaking hate it. And I'm like, I don't know why people do that. Like, it's just stupid.
There's no winner at the end.
No, why can't everyone be successful? Like, that's just dumb.
When Howard Stern beat John DeBella, so Howard was came to Philly. This was in the 80s. He beat John DeBella, who was like the legendary DJ there. He's still there. And Howard had a funeral when he beat him. And he got like his ex-wife to show up and stuff. It was nuts. It's like, geez.
What?
Yeah.
Do you remember I forget the name of them. They did something where they would get audio from morning shows across the country and play it and like just talk crap about them. And I was always so scared
that we be not us.
It's time for the Daily Dirt on Mix 94.1.
Mercedes, you can add great insight to this story, and I just discovered this. So you saw Adele's show over the Christmas break. How was the show, and was she hobbling on stage at all?
The show was absolutely fantastic. I got to go because my daughter got a pair of tickets to see Adele for Christmas, and she got to choose who went with her, and she chose me. So I was very
That's awesome.
excited. And Adele, she didn't hobble, she waddled.
Okay,
She waddled
yep.
a little bit.
Yes, they say she was seen hobbling across the stage at her Las Vegas show. They're talking about on New Year's Eve. You went on the 30th, right?
Yeah, this was on the 30th that this happened.
And she told the crowd that she was struggling with chronic back pain. She said on stage, "I have to waddle these days as I have really bad sciatica." She's been struggling with back pain for almost 2 decades, and the issue started when she was 15 after she slipped a disc while sneezing.
I mean, I thought I had the audio. It kind of cuts off. I don't know if you want me to
Yeah,
just
what you
kinda
got? Yeah, give us some.
play a little bit of it.
Imagine if I shot it at you. Very rare. Probably cause an injury. You take me to court or something like that. I've got to go to the other side of the stage now. I've got sciatica. Does anyone else have sciatica?
And then it cuts off. But she's like, I got sciatica. Does anyone else have sciatica?
Was there a pop when she asked if anyone else? Like, yeah, I got it. I
yeah,
got it.
people were like cheering, like, yeah, I got sciatica. But
Who's got shingles? Anyone got shingles?
it didn't help the dress she was wearing because she changes her dresses every show. Well, I don't know if it's every show or every weekend, but the dress she was wearing on that show, it didn't give a lot of room to move. Like she
Oh.
was kind of stuck in it, as opposed to the show that I went to a few weeks back. She had a lot more give in that dress.
She'll be back here on January 20th is when she returns to Las Vegas. So Rihanna is neck deep in preparation for what may be the biggest performance of her career, and that's the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. Now, one surprising guest she may bring along is her 7-month-old son. She says he's not going to be performing, but he'll be there to watch mom, and she says that he's going to have special noise-canceling headphones. This is going to
Aw.
be pretty loud during the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, for sure. I would still wear earplugs.
Oh my gosh, it gets loud. As far as guest appearances during her set, Rihanna, she's got 12 minutes to perform, and it's up to her. She can say, I'm going solo, or I want to bring in so-and-so. She's the one that makes the call, and she says she might do it all on her own, or she may ask a friend or two. And of course, there's all kinds of online speculation. Maybe Drake coming in for work, Calvin Harris on We Found Love, Paul McCartney on 4 or 5 Seconds, or Shakira on Can't Remember to Forget You.
There's so many possibilities. You know, it's going to be a great show, though. I'm so excited.
It's going to be so good. Mariah Carey still has the #1 song in the country. And this is because the charts, this is for the week of 12/23 to 12/29. So we'll probably see her drop off. The only non-Christmas songs in the top 10 are Taylor Swift with #8. And then number 10. So I think things will come back to normal next week, hopefully.
Yeah, once we get past the Christmas charts here, we'll start to see things get back to normal.
Now, many iconic albums are celebrating milestone anniversaries this year. They have a list of albums turning 50, 40. Let's start with albums that are turning 30. How about this album right here?
Oh my gosh.
Doggy Style turns 30.
Laid back with my mind on my money and my
I
money.
just got gray hair when you said that.
Oh my gosh. This song turns 30.
I think I was the only one during that phase that just did not get Pearl Jam. I was just like, everyone was like Pearl Jam, and I'm like, I don't know. I never got into Pearl Jam.
I liked Pearl Jam. And did you do the was it the RCA, the penny? A penny, you get 10 free CDs, and then you get monthly CDs.
Oh yeah. I did do
What was
that.
it called? The RCA Music Club or
No,
something?
it was like
Columbia House.
Columbia House, yeah.
I did that, and I remember sending in my first 10 CDs, and I picked them out. And if they didn't have your CD, they would send you an equal, something kind of like a substitute that's similar to. And I put the Pearl Jam one. Their first album was that 10, whatever the first album was. So I put in for that. And I didn't get it. Instead, I got Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Oh man, all I want is to be this way.
You
Yes.
spotted the ocean.
Oh, was that? Wait, am I thinking of the right band? No, I did. Who am I thinking
Toad
of?
the Wet, they had 2 hits, I think.
All I Want by Toad the Wet Sprocket. Okay,
That
I
was
thought I
one
was
of 'em.
going crazy. Yeah.
Now these songs, albums are turning 20 this year. This song is 20 years old this year.
Whoa.
And
I remember driving in my Infinity listening to that song full blast. Like, yeah, 50 Cent.
Was that the name when he had that commercial? My name may be Mercedes, but I don't drive one.
No, it was I was in a Lexus
Oh,
then.
Lexus at the time. I see. I see. This song turns 20. And a couple songs turning 10 this year.
Lord,
Justin Timberlake, his album, 2020 Experience turns 10 this year.
Man, time really does go by way too fast.
It
That is
does.
just crazy. I can't believe that.
Now, next hour, we're doing Heads Up, and we're doing that at 8:25. And when you win it, tickets for you to go see Usher. We've got Weezer with Africa. It's Mix 94.1. We'll go out of traffic based on the time here.
Okay.
People like this song.
You ask me that every time we play it.
I just remember it was on all the time. Then it went away, it just disappeared. I feel like it's come
Yeah,
back.
we got our like research back yesterday and we were going through it and it was just so bizarre. Like I don't see this one on there, but this is just like a recurrent that pops up. And it keeps popping up on our show.
Right? Yeah. This is like the 3rd time in the past couple months.
But our research was like we had to change things up. Not a lot. I wanted to change things up more, but the boss wouldn't let us.
Like more new stuff, or
No, like there's some of one of our powers needed to go because it just got really bad research. But like that Unholy song,
yeah.
it's probably it's one of our best testing songs, but yet we're not moving it up because our boss is scared of it for some reason. And it's so frustrating because it literally has one of the best scores. And it's still in a category that
Is
doesn't
his
get
reasoning like we don't want to sound like another station?
No, it's that the song is kind of I mean, if you play the unedited version of the song, yeah, it's like, whoa. But we've got the radio edit. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like, you know.
Take risks.
Yeah, exactly. Be a trendsetter.
Yeah.
You'll
Not a
be
follower.
happy to know we moved up Lavender Haze. I know you like that song, Steph.
I hear it in the 4 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
I love that song so much. I want to see Taylor Swift just to hear that song.
I was actually on the poo-poo side of that one. I'm like, that song sucks. No, but I got outvoted on that one. But I was like, well, Steph will be happy. So there's the upside to that one.
Oh, I love you for that.
Something you had that reminded me of something else. Oh, what were you criticized over?
Oh yeah, the outfit. I thought it was funny.
Matt's such a friend poacher. He takes all my friends and they become his friends. And he
That's
did
like
it again.
That's like James's sister. She takes all of our friends.
I'm like, what the heck?
Some of that.
Yeah, like, what do you criticize your spouse about?
New wreck reported 95 southbound in Russell. Much trouble there. Watch for a left lane blocked by a wreck on westbound Owens between Lamb and Pecos, and heavy delays approaching the Nellis Main Gate right now, especially along eastbound Craig and northbound Las Vegas Boulevard. Edge County with your time saver traffic.
Welcome back to Mercedes in the Morning
They're the first voices I hear in the morning.
on Mix 94.1.
We're live streaming right now on our YouTube channel, also on Facebook. Check out Mark. Oops. Oh, that was a weird.
Hey. Ah.
Weird little thing. I was looking at the text line. Check us out online.
It's bound to happen.
Hey, it's been a long time. That's pretty good considering how long it's been.
Yeah, wow.
Oh,
Mercedes down first.
I'll be criticized for that. Speaking of what we were just talking about, I'll be criticized for
I
that
love
here
it.
in just a
Hey,
little bit.
you know what? We're all happy.
So you were telling us off the air that you got criticized for something, and it really bothered you. It sounds like
It bothered me, but I also thought it was funny at the same time because I don't see it. Maybe I'm blind to it. But for Thanksgiving, we went to some friend's house, and they had a couple other older couples that were there, and super sweet. We had a great time, and our friend was talking to the older couple afterwards, saying, "Hey, what did you think of Laura and JC?" And the lady was saying, "Oh, Laura's so sweet, and it was a wonderful time, but I'm kind of embarrassed for JC." And she's like, "Why are you embarrassed for JC?" "Because the way he dresses." She goes, "What's wrong with the way JC dresses?" She goes, "He dresses way too young for his age."
oh geez, what were you wearing? A diaper?
I was wearing, if you remember what I was wearing yesterday, I was wearing the exact same outfit. It was had a V-neck on, and it was a solid blue shirt on over it, and these jeans that I'm wearing right now, yeah, they're skinny jeans, but they're like a olive type color. It's pretty much like this outfit right here, but except this being white and this being blue. And that was it. And she said she was embarrassed for me because I dress way too young for my age.
When people tell you what you're supposed to do because of your age, now if you're a child, I get that, but like that is one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, you're not allowed to do this because you're this years old. Says who? Says you? Like, I hope you didn't take that personally.
No, I thought it was funny, but our friend who hosted the party, she took it personally. She's like,
On your behalf.
On my behalf. Yeah.
Yes.
She's like, "Are you kidding me? I don't think he dressed as young. He looked very nice." And it was a whole thing. And I think there was over the holiday, apparently there was some tension between the two because she was really upset over the fact that her friend said she was embarrassed for me for the way that I dressed.
Well, good. I hope she defended you.
Yeah, she did,
You
yeah.
know, and that's ridiculous. You, as long as you like it and you feel good in it, it's like when people tell you, "Oh, you're too young to appreciate this," or you're too old to understand this, or you can't wear this, you can wear that. Like, that's just, I'm sorry. I just met you. You don't know me. I can wear what I want. It's not up to you.
I mean, we had a wonderful conversations, and I'm looking back. I'm like, well, the whole time she's sitting there probably judging me and my outfit. Like, okay. Well, it happens. Have you ever been in that situation on your end?
Where I've been criticized?
Yeah, or do the criticizing over someone else?
Oh man, it's usually no, I'm just kidding. I just recently, this person was so mean to me, and this one I get all the time. They were just brutal to me on social media because I like BTS, and it was just like, "Who do you think you are? You're not a kid. You're too old to like BTS." I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll stop liking them because you told me to. Like, it's just, I get that one all the time. But on the criticizing thing, I don't know if it's a criticism or more of maybe I'm being too jealous. But my husband does something that I've noticed, and yesterday, it happened again. He's really a likable guy, and I actually take great pride in that. And so when I introduce him to a lot of people, they just love him because he's helpful. He's a good friend. And I had met this friend, speaking of BTS, like when they came and stuff, we met, and we actually became kind of friends, and we were somewhere, and I introduced her to my husband. Well, they friended each other on social media, and when we met, we were actually at a shoe store, and she was looking at these purple Nikes, and they were really expensive. They were a resell, and she's like, "Gosh, I would love these. They're just too expensive." Well, there was a drop yesterday of these exact shoes. So he messaged her on social media and was like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know those shoes you like that time we met, they just dropped. Like it was a surprise drop." And so I get this message from her yesterday afternoon with like a screenshot of him saying that. She's like, "Your husband's the nicest guy. I just love him. He helped me get this cool pair of shoes." And then she sent me a picture of the shoes. My husband is a friend poacher, long story short, and he poaches all my friends. They start out my friends and then they all become his friends. He's done that with no less than 10 people that I know, where they used to be my friends and then they like him so much they become his friends.
Have anyone become so close where maybe it's a girlfriend of yours, excuse me, named Sally or something, and you and Sally normally make the dinner plans, but Sally has reached out to Matt to set up the dinner plans? Like, hey, Matt's like, "Hey, I spoke to Sally last night and she wants to do dinner this weekend. What do you think?"
Not usually with the females. I
Uh-huh.
think there's there's kind of a long, but then like he'll become friends with the husbands.
Okay, got it.
And then they'll make the plans. Like, I talked to so and so's husband, and we're doing what?
Huh?
I didn't talk to her. I mean, I secretly love it. I call it a criticism, but I secretly love it. It's I kind of take pride in it. Like, he's just so likable. Everybody wants to be friends with him.
Because you want it that way versus the opposite.
Oh
Where
gosh,
the people
yeah.
don't want to be
They're
around
like,
the person.
"No, I
Yeah.
do not want to go out with
Yeah,
him."
you'd rather have that way than not have the
That's
person
probably
like,
how they are about me.
"Get out of here."
No, is Mercedes gonna be there? Oh,
Matt, we just
forget it.
invited you, not your wife.
Yeah,
Oh.
please. Can she not come?
Now you got the hot 3 coming up next. What do you got for us?
All right. Well, parents, are we teaching our kids to lie? We're going to talk about that. Also, what is going on with the disappearing dinner? Is that a thing of the past? And if you had a real Christmas tree this year and you're looking to get rid of it, there may be a way that you didn't think of. We'll tell you how coming up next in the Hot 3.
Stick around. We've got more of Mercedes in the Morning coming up.
It's 94.1.
Do the people who say you dress too young live here?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oops.
I didn't change any of that story. Yeah.
Well, now
live
they
here.
know you know, and so
Yeah.
good. Make it awkward for them.
And I'm pretty sure she listens too. She
Good.
knew the radio station, the show, and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was funny because I don't think that's young. I think it's my style.
They're jealous because you look young. And they don't. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know them.
She's old,
You don't know.
so I don't dress old like you, lady.
Like, what exactly are you supposed to be wearing is my question
Right?
for your age.
Yeah. What's age appropriate?
Did you guys hear about that rainstorm that's going to happen in San Francisco?
Mm-mm. I hear
When?
we're supposed to get some rain today, but I didn't hear anything about San Francisco.
It's supposed to be really, really bad. Like even libraries are opening up so people could stay off the streets.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, some rain now or coming up.
Here?
Yeah, here like 8 o'clock hour. It says.
Not yet, but it looks pretty gloomy out there.
Let's just get rain. I thought it was coming like tonight though.
I heard it late morning, but
Really?
Oh boy, you know those maps, those weather maps. What are those called?
Weather
the
maps?
Doppler radar.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh, you can't see it
Where's that for
much.
San Francisco?
Yeah, look at
Oh,
all that
dang.
rain they're getting. What are they
That's
called
like
again?
in Buffalo. Oh my God, all the stuff those people were dealing with up there. That snow.
The blizzard and the people that have, died from trying to be in their cars for too long.
Yeah.
Oh, it was heartbreaking.
Do you guys hear someone screaming in the hallway?
No.
With overwhelming credit card debt,
The commercial noise.
No, it's someone out there. I don't know who it was. Not like screaming for their life, but talking really loud.
Oh, probably someone from our sister station.
Yeah.
I can guess who off the top of my head.
There's people out there around the corner here. I can hear voices, but no one's screaming.
My room is not soundproof. I hear stuff.
Do you hear the other studio, the Q studio?
Yes.
Yeah.
If they listen really loud. Like I had to go in there one morning and turn down the volume.
The volume.
Because it was so loud.
I try to do that because I come in first and I'll hear their station. I'm like, oh wow, must
It's
have been a
loud.
good song on.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm gonna do my hourly walk and see who it is.
Yeah. It's about time for me too.
What shoes were you talking about with the drop?
They were like they're dunks, but they're like dark purple and black. And she loves BTS, so like she really wanted them.
Oh.
I don't know if they have a name, but she sent me a picture of them. She's like, "Thanks to your husband, I got some really cool shoes."
Aw, that's
and
sweet.
so I asked him, I'm like, "Hey, did you message her?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I saw that there was a drop, and I said I sent it to her. Did she get him?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, good."
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Before James got those lost and founds for Christmas, I did not hear the end of that. He would say, if there's a good a price on StockX, like, do you think we can get them? I'm like, you're kidding me. When do you think they're ever going to go down? So
What is the or what was the
resale price?
markup? Yeah.
400.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I had to keep it a secret because I knew he had them. And I was like, oh, I don't think you're going to get them. Like, I was
You're
just
like,
playing
no,
off.
that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, dude. Doesn't look like it's been looking good for you.
Doesn't it like make you feel like such a score when you get them retail? It's like, oh my God, I got them retail.
It's time for the Hot 3 on Mix 94.1.
Many moms and dads say honesty is the best policy, but they may actually prefer their kids to politely lie. That's according to new research. A series of experiments showed that kids are being indirectly encouraged to fib by their parents rather than telling the cold, honest truth. While lying was seen as negative by the parents, the kids who showed courteous dishonesty were rewarded more than kids who were polite but honest.
Courtesy, dishonesty.
Yes.
Like if someone, I don't know, like going back to the outfit or something just off about them, they don't point it out, or what's courtesy, dishonesty?
Okay, so
food or something.
let's say okay, here in one example, a kid was being asked to confess the location of their sister who was in trouble and was apparently hiding under the house. The kid who offered the blunt, truthful version said, "She's under the porch," while the liar, pants on fire kid said, "She went to the library."
Okay, you're in that situation as a kid. My sister's in trouble. She's hiding under the porch. I'm going to tell my parents where she is.
Really?
Yeah.
I probably would say, "I don't know. I haven't seen her." I
My
would probably
sister-
lie.
That's when I fought. Now, my brother, I'd defend him. Like, I don't know where John is.
Yeah. So what if, like, have you ever had your kid be like too honest where they were just so blunt? Like, I will never forget once, we had a get together. It was for Christmas. It was when Sophie was like 5 years old, and someone came and she had never met them before, but we had talked about them before. And she goes, what did she say? Like, "Oh yeah, my mom likes you. My dad does not," or something like that. I can't remember how it was. And I look, I'm like, "That is not true." And she's like, and then she started crying, and I was like, she's thinking of like, I don't even know where she got that because it really wasn't true, but she was just like, what is going on? It was it was cute, but it was not cute.
Yeah, at the same time, apparently my brother's kid, Madeline, his daughter is like that. She's like a savage with her honesty.
Oh, really?
And my mom was forewarning Laura and I before we went over to my brother's house, like, just say, like, hey, if you see her and you lock eyes and you feel like she's checking you out, just brace yourself. We go, why? What happened? And my mom was telling us a story that she got a haircut like about a year ago. And it was like on the shorter side. And then and they were over for dinner, and they call my mom Mima. And Madeline goes, "Mima, do you have a mustache?" My mom's like, "Well, there may be a little hair there." Yeah. And she goes, "Mima, you got your hair cut short." And she goes, "Yeah, well, yeah, I changed it up." And then she goes, Mima, are you a man?
Oh, jeez.
Savage. Savage.
That would be being. I mean, I wouldn't say that's being honest. That's being blunt and
Being blunt.
confused.
So the whole time we're over there for
Oh.
Christmas Eve brunch, and I'm like, the man will look at me. I'm like, oh my God, don't look at me. Look at my wife. Look at
Yeah.
Laura.
Oh yeah,
Get her.
detract. Look at her. Aren't those pants weird? Say something about her pants.
Do you think I dress young? Because other people do.
Also this morning, speaking of being with family dinner, it's not as common as it used to be. Gen Zers are far less likely than previous generations to report having grown up sharing daily meals with their family. Only 38% say that their family had daily meals together during their childhood. That's compared to more than 3/4 of baby boomers.
You guys still eat together? at night?
Yeah, we do. Well, we do. Some days are kind of rough because like my daughter has practice or something. But we do always eat together. Like last night she had practice. So we ate later than we usually do, but we always sit down together and we always eat together. Yeah. What about you guys?
No. Well, I shouldn't say no. Like Sunday night we cooked, and so we cooked together, had a nice meal, and actually Monday night we cooked again together and sat down. Yeah, we try to. Like we always got to dinner on Friday. That's our night to enjoy dinner together. But like last night, Laura was hungry. She gets hungry, she'll eat. So she had oatmeal for dinner at like 4:30. She's like, I'm hungry now. I'm gonna have oatmeal. I'm like, cool. I'm going to the gym, and I had a wrap afterwards. So it didn't work out last night. But we try to. We sit at the kitchen counter, not at the dinner table.
Oh, you don't sit at your table?
No, we sit at the kitchen counter.
Oh,
We have seating for so many people, but it's just the two of us. We always sit at the kitchen counter.
I mean, hey, less mess, right? You can just wipe it up.
She wanted to get a whole like dining room table. I'm like, why? We don't entertain. Why do we need a dining room table for 6 people? It's just you and I, always.
I feel like our dining room is such a waste. And so is our, like, do you have like a living room and then like a family room? Like there's one living room we only go in during Christmas because that's where we put a Christmas tree. The dining room, we never eat in there. It's becoming like storage. We put stuff on the dining room table. It's just, it's cluttered and it's driving me crazy. We only eat at the kitchen table. That's where, and then like that's now become my desk. I don't even do work at my desk in the office. I sit at the kitchen table and do my stuff instead. It's like, that's the all-purpose room for us.
That's where our kitchen table is too. It's my desk because we have an office downstairs, and I used to be in that office. But then when Laura started working at home, 10 years ago, she moved into the office, and I just moved to the kitchen table. And she even suggested, like, would you want to put a desk in our office so you'd have like a space? I'm like, no, I like being out here because if you're out here watching TV or something, I can still do my work and be with you. Besides the fact I don't want to be us in the same office and stuff. That's you're making calls. I got to do stuff. It doesn't work.
It's like you have cubicles now.
I come home, Laura's got cubicles in her office. Like, okay, all right.
Finally, this morning, if you had a real Christmas tree this year, you may be thinking about how you're going to dispose of it. Here's a reminder: you can eat it. Now, I don't know if you remember this. A few years back, we heard about an artisan baker and cook in the UK who wrote a book called How to Eat Your Christmas Tree, and it features dozens of recipes that you can make using your tree. The author of the book says you can pretty much eat the whole thing, and this trend may actually be picking up steam. Reports this week say that growing numbers of eco-conscious households are eating various parts before throwing them out, and the author confirms that it is gaining traction. The needles, they can be used just like rosemary or bay leaves. They're a really good source of vitamin C. They can also be crushed to flavor gin or vinegar. And the wood can be burned to make pine ash, which you can use as flavoring, as fertilizer, for cleaning. So eat your Christmas tree instead of taking it to, I don't know, the dump. It's actually kind of useful.
Would you use it like rosemary or something? Like cut off a branch and place it on the chicken you're cooking or something?
I do love the smell of a fresh tree. And I remember my mom and I used to make these like centerpieces using the Christmas tree where we'd cut off like branches of the pine needles and put them in like put a candle. But the problem is they would catch on fire. So that became a very dangerous
They
proposition.
dry out with zero water,
Yeah,
right?
it's just it dries like that. And I remember once I was like, oh, what's burning? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I don't recommend doing that.
Here in the 8 o'clock hour, we're doing Heads Up right around 8:25. And when you win Heads Up, you're going to get tickets to go see Usher.
Well, I think that's it for us here. Sign off. We'll be back tomorrow with what?
7 a.m. social and judge your friends.
Judge your friends. That's right. I was like, what day is it? Okay.
I know.
So we'll see you guys later. Bye.